What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about this BS that's trending on Twitter. Cam Newton, a clip of Cam Newton was posted out of context. And it was when he was doing an interview with $1 Million Worth of Game podcast with Gilly the Kid, right? And there were two different clips. Now, this clip went viral when he was speaking about women, but they didn't talk about this one when he talks about this generation of men that need to start acting like men again. They didn't talk about this one. They talked about this one. They got all of these blue check mark weirdos in their feelings. One in particular, I believe, is Sarah Spain. You know, somebody tagged me in a tweet, and I saw that her tweets were limited. I'm like, I didn't block her. But what do you think happened? I went to her page and she has me blocked. I don't tweet this heifer. I don't say nothing to this particular person. I don't comment to them. I don't tag them in anything. All I did was debunk the BS that she put out about Deshaun Watson. The tweets that I saw of hers was on a website. I never went to her Twitter. I've never gone to Sarah Spain's Twitter. But apparently she must have seen my video and didn't like it, and she blocked me. But it is what it is. You cannot block this truth. And we're going to get to the bottom of this video here. But first I'm getting to this article because I want to see what the outrage is about. Because now you got people talking about how Cam Newton won't be able to get a job in the NFL because of what he said. Let me tell you something. Most women don't even care about other women, because if y'all cared so much about the plight of women, y'all would stop males from competing in women's sports. But you don't say nothing. You allow males to compete in your sports, but you want to get mad at Cam Newton because he says that he's not a fan of the bad bees and women who can't cook. Because yes, ladies, a man wants a woman that can cook. If you're going to be somebody's woman, if you're going to be somebody's wife, you need to be a wife in that household. You need to be able to handle wifely duties, not pass them off to somebody else, but you need to be able to do that. Because if you can't handle that, why are you here? What is your purpose in that relationship if your lazy ass cannot do your wifely duties, especially if you're dating a guy like Cam Newton who's making a lot of money? So you want a man to take care of you when you don't want to do nothing. That's not how it works, ladies. And also, you should be able to cook if you have children, because there's a big percentage of you who have children. All right? So let's get into this Yahoo Sports article and all this BS, this fake outrage that's going on right now. That's absolutely ridiculous. Free agent quarterback Cam Newton appeared on a podcast Sunday, proceeded to shove his entire foot directly in his mouth. While appearing on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, Newton discussed how he believes women should act based on how his mother acted during his upbringing. What's wrong with that? His mother was a good woman. She stayed with his father. She's not like these fickle heifers who, at the first sign of trouble, they want to leave. They don't want to stay in there, but they want to get married. Now let's take a look at the clip and what Cam Newton said and what they're taking out of context.
Had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the.
He said not to degrade women. He wasn't looking to degrade anybody. A lot of you females get on social media and you call yourself the B word all the time. But it's bad when Cam Newton says it. It doesn't make any sense.
Aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
And then they don't like that. I'm gonna tell you something right now, Cam. You know where you messed up at, Cam? See, Cam, you are the type of man these women want. Okay, you see, the opinion of a YouTuber, well, besides me, getting blocked by Sarah Spain, an opinion of a content creator wouldn't matter because they could just call us incels. We hate women, but with you, they can't really say that because you are what these women want. You're a tall, athletic, successful quarterback. You've made a lot of money. You're famous. You're the guy these women want. So when they hear you say these things, it's gonna hurt because these women don't have values. They don't value a good man. All they do is get on here and degrade themselves. These women get on social media and they degrade themselves. So when you have a guy like a Cam Newton who says what he's saying, people are going to bring up the fact that, well, you didn't marry your first baby's mother. You don't know that relationship. Maybe Cam Newton is against marriage. I believe he is against marriage. I don't blame him. You don't have to marry. Why would he want to marry somebody in this climate, the way that these divorces are handled and the fact that these women are trying to take these men to the cleaners? Why would you want to marry these women anyway? So they're mad because Cam Newton, and what they don't understand is Cam Newton speaks for a lot of these guys. He's just saying it out loud. And listen, I don't think Cam Newton cares. Now, he could come out and apologize, which I hope he doesn't. He said last year he was good with retiring and not playing anymore. So how can you cancel him? But they're trying to find a way they can cancel this man. So to recap, Newton believes women should cook, be quiet, cater to their husband's every need, and not be a boss chick, which Newton appears to think is something bad. Cam Newton didn't say that. Cam Newton explained what he meant, but again, when you're Cam Newton, they don't want to hear that from you. These women, they want you to accept them for who they are. They want you to accept them with all their flaws. They're lazy. The only time they put any care into themselves is their physical body. And when I mean physical body, I mean getting surgeries because they're probably not working out. So his opinion is going to hurt them, which it really shouldn't, because if you listen to him explain it, what he is basically saying is you need to have qualities. Yes, a man does want you to be quiet instead of as soon as he get home, you're nagging him and talking and trying to figure out if he's cheating or not and trying to get attention from him. Like, men need now maybe he didn't articulate his point better in that sense, but he shouldn't have to. You should already know what he's talking about. Newton didn't say the type of woman he wants for a wife or partner. He said that's what he believes a woman should be. And women who don't act like that aren't acting as a woman should. Newton is obviously allowed to believe and think whatever he chooses, but he said some things that have been used to denigrate, minimize, and silence women for decades. What about the women who are silent on males competing in women's sports? Where's all the women speaking about being silenced when it comes to males competing in women's sports? Y'all haven't said nothing about that. Y'all been quiet. But when it comes to Cam Newton, y'all want to get mad at Cam Newton. But not the males that are going into your sports and taking spots from you. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't care about males replacing you in certain spaces, right? But you want to get upset at comments that Cam Newton says. And then the person who wrote this article will say, he's entitled to think what he wants. But this has been used to denigrate women. It's like women degrade themselves. Have you not looked at Instagram? Have you? Every woman now wants to be a booty model. They degrade themselves. They film them. They post. They put up posts of themselves. Men don't degrade women anymore. Women degrade themselves. The women who fought for equal rights and access to birth control in the 1960s and 1970s were fighting against the expectation that they had to get married, bear children, and cook all the meals, stay quiet, and cater to their husband's every need. In the decades since, women have largely rejected the view of what they should be, replacing it with the idea that women can be anything they want to be, including traditional housewife, and the practice of letting a man lead a straight relationship has also fallen by the wayside in favor of both parties leading and making decisions together as equal partners. Well, how is that working out? Look at all these divorces. Look at all these divorces. Cam Newton says, my parents have never divorced because my mother understands her role and my father understands his role. But what you see now is a bunch of flawed 50-50 relationships that are 100% ending. Listen, whenever you give women power in anything, it's going to fail. I'm not saying that women can't be women, but women don't care about being nurturers anymore. They don't care about being motherly to the children. They care about shaking their assets on social media. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. Getting attention from men who are not their husband, but then saying, I'm not looking for attention. Yes, you are. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with Newton wanting the same kind of relationship his parents have, as long as his partner is fully on board with cooking, being quiet, and letting him lead. But if that's what he truly believes all women should be, someone needs to get the man a calendar and point out to him that the year is 2022, not 1952. It's blatantly obvious that Newton has not expanded his very narrow idea of what a woman should be in the 5 years since he told a room full of reporters the concept of female football writer made him laugh. Yes, this did actually happen during a 2017 press conference when Newton was still in Carolina. Panthers then Charlotte Observer reporter Jordan Rodriguez, that's how I said it, asked Newton a question about routes. Newton's response was the exact opposite of what he should have said, which is blah, blah, blah. While the Panthers said that Newton apologized to her, she said in a statement that Newton didn't apologize at all, and what he said to her after the press conference was actually worse. You'd think that after being lambasted for that, Newton would have learned to keep his opinions about a woman's place to himself. That seems like it's harder to do than simply understand that there are so many different types of womanhood as there are women on this planet. But this hasn't seemed to absorb that lesson either. What is it with this? I want to punish a man, browbeat a man into believing that women are this and women are that. Women are failing. They can't even stop males from competing in their sports. And there's a higher percentage of single women now more than ever. Why is that? Women have all this freedom, right? But they are failing when it comes to relationships. They are failing. They are failures when it comes to relationships. You can get mad at Cam Newton all you want to, but Cam Newton has a point. But he is entitled to his opinions of women. I think women need to hear what he has to say, because maybe that will keep men from leaving them. There's so many chicks out here who think that they are the best thing ever, but they cannot keep a man. And Cam Newton ain't no bum. And I think that's what's hurting their feelings. What's hurting their feelings is the fact that he's saying what he is saying, and he's not a loser. He's not broke. He's a talented football player who has raised children. Yes, he has 2 different baby mothers, but so what? Do you see those women exposing him on social media? Nope. No, you don't see that. And his parents are together. But so many of these hurt heifers are getting online and talking about everything but what Cam Newton had to say. Do I agree with everything that Cam Newton may have said and done? No, I'm not a fan of the outfits and all that, but that's him. That's his personality. I'm not about to get up here and go off on that and worry about that. But the reason why a lot of y'all upset about what Cam Newton had to say, because you know Cam Newton is right. And y'all need to listen to him instead of trying to shame him out of his opinion, because his opinion shouldn't matter. You want a man like Cam Newton, you better listen, or you will never be able to have a successful man. You're going to get with a beta male who does whatever you want him to do. And that's a fact. And that's why your relationships fail. And that's why you're settling, because none of you are getting the men that you want. Now, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video, share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.